Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. What do we have up there right now? Let's just see where we started from. What is that? Oh, that's live deck cattle. Let's head to what we've been talking about for weeks upon weeks here. Look at that. Alice to the moon. Or better yet, silver to the moon. Let's take a look at it on, I think I might have it up on J4X. No, I don't. Let's put that up on J4X at the same time. Do-da, do-da. Silver almost hitting the 23 last night. Let's see, where are you, Silver? Come on, you can be here somewhere. Not there. Are we there yet? There we go. And there it is. There's silver. Just showing a lot of the strength. And with it, the currencies have been acting firm consistently throughout this whole time period. And what we're seeing here is, obviously more buyers than sellers. That's the classic floor trader point of view of it all. But more than that is obviously that that strange sell-off, down to 1171, where I think I talked about it again yesterday, or maybe what's today? Happy Hump Day, right? Today's Happy Hump Day. Did I talk about it Monday or did I talk about it Tuesday? I probably talked about it both days. And that is that if you yesterday I talked about it. If you can't sell what you want, sell something else. That was an old adage on the old New York Stock Exchange when traders were traders on a floor somewhere in a faraway galaxy. And so what you see here is that in this case here the silver got smackadoodled down below the $12 area, and Robin was looking at the triangle formation. I think this was the one he was looking at right here, and we were talking about it, and I think we went into this long weekly buy for, I don't know, like 7-8 weeks, 11-12 weeks, I don't know. You have to go back on the YouTubes and take a look and see, since we always have dun 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 on every YouTube, we have the fact check Excel spreadsheet. That's right. And so you can go on there and you can see if we're talking out of our hat or if we're talking reality or what. And so then what happens? We both we talked about this. We showed evidence of what we see in the future, and just because of that distortion, that's the distortion right there, really. And we talked about this again yesterday when it was down in the 21s. And what happened was basically that is a distortion. I mean, beyond normal. And you can see, look at that. I mean, what in blazes, what that is some group, person, or individual, or fund, or funds selling something else because they couldn't sell what they needed to sell. And what it did is it put a distortion in the whole, uniform of the metals. What it did is it put pressure on that, because in the end result is that we're all connected on some level or another. All this stuff is connected. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? And so, here we are again. This is the action from it. So, please ask some questions. Give me direction. I need somewhere to go, or Doc will go on to his Alice in Wonderland direction. And that's boring. Boring. I want to look at new products. I want to look at excitement. I like to discover with everybody else at the same time. So if you can suggest something, we'll go after it. If not, we're just going to rag along about the realities of the markets. And that's where it is right there. You can see that with the Silverado. All right, and that we 1 week. That's what it was right there. We can do it on our work. Let's see, without having to go back to a YouTube. Let's just scrunch this puppy up. So we went into the buy. We went into a buy back in here, and then Robin saw the triangle. And we were like, okay, maybe this thing, just because of this crazy distortion, we just assumed it had to get up into the 20s. And that was in the 14 and 15 and 16, at 14 and a half area. And then you can see we went into that weekly buy. We talked about it in an article that we posted about 3 weeks ago. That, right at the top of it, we said, more than likely, it stays in a weekly buy or goes into a weekly buy, and we can expect to see the next sell-off to be very shallow or something of that nature, and then the next weekly buy, we follow the weekly buy. We said, and then right on top of the weekly buy, it gave us a daily sell, and I was like, yep, we know for sure now it's going to happen, because when this puppy gets back into the daily buy with that weekly buy, Katie barred the door. Nice to hear from you. Cleaning up. Cleaning up what? Yeah, I was out in the garden. I was weeding everything in sight. So we were weeding and checking out the fruit and making sure everything's growing right. So yeah, we were cleaning up this morning, and we were doing a little Chung Do Kwan. Yes, Chung Do Kwan. And so we were doing it all. Doing our PD capital Q. So we're cleaning up. Let's see oil. Yeah, let's check out Earl. Let's see how the Earl's doing this morning. Normally we start off with the euro, but I had to just look at this action and just say yay. All right, now that's about as excited as I get. Yay. All right, let's go check out oil, and then we'll zip back to a currency. Someone's asked for a currency. That's fine. If not, we'll just keep on rolling along. This will be the Daniel and Doc show. Let's see. Crude oil. Where are you? Right there. And you can see a little weakness in there, but still in the 41 area. So holding up relatively firm. I don't know where the weakness is with this candle, but it's all green go. So you can see, I see the fast stochastic rolling over a little bit there. Let's take a look at it through Chicago Quant at the same time. Right there. Yeah, I see some weakness kicking out again. Again, trying to kick out. Now what in blazes is that saying? It's trying to tell us now we went into a sell there yesterday? Well, what we'll do is we will put this up there like that. And put that there. I don't understand what they're doing with this charting thing. It seems to be missing some parts here. So you can see there we're really pushing down in there, and that thing's really pushing. But again, on the weekly, we're still in a plus, so you can't take the short. You can only take the profits. That's how that game is played, traders. And so there is oil, Earl. And what's Daniel say? Treasury bonds. Yeah, we can tune into that. That went to a daily sell 2 days ago. It's putting a little pressure down. You can search for the symbols by clicking on the final symbol, not the arrow, a bit of the left, and then from there on to just to type it in. What's that? Oh, you mean for J4X? I thought we did. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's see. Daniel says UST bond can search symbol. Okay, UST. Oop. Let's try that again. UST bond. Looks like it's loading something, so this is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, I guess that's it. It's a treasury. Now, what is that? 180. Let's see how. That might be in euros, too. Who knows? It could be part of a euro-dollar spread. Let's take a look at it on here, too, at the same time. Let's save this for a second. Save. Okay, there we go. Now, let's head over to right there. Okay, there we go. Now, look at that slope. Wow, that's interesting there. And on our work, there it is. We slid into a sell there. And let's move that over. What's it doing? It's lifting back up again today. Look at that. Okay. And it's still in a weekly buy. So you can't take it as a short. All you could do is take it as a profit, from this little buy. Where's the buy at? Buy was right there, right? Yeah. So how come there's no green? Oh, there is a green there. It's just not loud enough. Let's make that biggerish. There we are. That's a little bit better, right? So there it is right there. There's that buy. So you can only take profits on the sell on this. You can't go short. There we go. So yeah, let's look at this on the J4X there. Dukascopy. All right. Swiss Forex Marketplace. All right, I see that right there. You know, showing a lot of life in that. Again, ours is still lagging, right there, but you can see the price has lifted, and this thing is doing the same thing right here. Let's just go take a look at the euro real quick. That's a 30-year. Okay, that makes sense. So what's that, like a yield? 1.82. I think the yield is like 1.3 something, right? Let me go see what the 30-year looks like. Or 112? Let me just take a quick look at that. Let's see, like that, like that, like that. We're tuning into it right now because I don't stare at it that much. Not there. So I go like that, plus. There we go. Okay. Now we got it. All right, let's see where the 30-year is in the United States. I thought it was like 112 now, maybe. I'm just throwing guesses out in the wind, but I think it's in the teens. And the answer to that is, let's see, so 10-year is at yielding 586. Okay, 120, 1.288. Okay. So this is showing 180. Trying to figure out how that's the price of it. I'm sure it makes sense somewhere along the line. I'm just not sure. That could be over the face value at this point. I mean, it literally could, because at one point it was 3%. All right, this could have been issued at say 2.8, 3% in that range. And so then what you do is you inverse relate it, and you take the 120 or something like that and subtract it off the 1288, and that's how we could be at 180. It could be something like that. It depends on the face value of the bond. You can check 20 ZB futures in trading. ZB, let's see what that does. I haven't looked at the 30-year. Used to be very, very popular at one time. I mean, it was the thing to watch. You know, it was the number one. The guys used to walk around on the Chicago Board of Trade saying we're the biggest tick in the world, and you're only second biggest, because they ticked at $32 a trade, a tick. We ticked at $25 a tick. So they were always saying stuff like that. And a full point to us was 250, or was it 500? I think it was 250. At one time it was 500. I think it was 500. Was it 500? I don't know. Can you imagine? I was trading in a pit where I think the bid to offer, if it was a full point wide, was $500 on a one lot. I don't think so. That couldn't be right. But there's something about that, because the ticks were $25. So 4 ticks is $100. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. All right, let's see if we can get that bond up there. So we'll go like this. We'll activate that one, and we'll copy it. Copy window, paste window, and then we'll go look up the 30-year bond. Format, add. Let's see, where is it at? Add. I know there's an add in here somewhere. Oh, instrument. There it is. Add symbol. Futures. ZB. Look up. There it is. SEP. Let's look at the SEP right there. Now close. And then we'll go like this. ZB. That didn't work too well. ZB. Kind of like that. And then do that one. ZB. Okay, there it is. Let's see what that looks like. And so, let's see. Yeah, now that's quote. There it is. Yep, 180 something. So it must be the coupon. So it could have been like a 3, since it's trading at 1. What's Dukascopy of it at? 180, right? and so its yield now is 1.23. So that means that it could have been a 3% bond, and now the yield is 128, right? 128. I'm sorry, almost 129. So if the yield is there, now you take that whatever the yield was and you subtract it. So in other words, if the yield is go to reverse, add it. Take 129, add it to 180, and then what you get is 30. What's that? 309, right? So the yield was 309, and so it's almost like doubled in price. That's what it's done. Yeah, and there it is. And it's the first time I've looked at the 30-year in years. Let's see. The buys and sells are relatively connected to the 10, so it's not that surprising. Let's see, where are we at? That was the buy there, right? And it's in a weekly buy. You can see that there. Let's see, like that. Make it a little bit thickerish. Like there. You see, that's the buy there. Then it went into the sell here. Let's grab this one. Did it go into a sell there? No, it didn't. Went into the sell there. So it goes into the sell there, and all it's doing is going the wrong way. Let's make this bigger. Let's just move that over for a second and make this even biggerish. Yeah, I think it went into the sell here, and all it's done is gone up the last 2 days. And we're in a weekly buy, so you can't take the short. All you can do is take a profit. So that's what's good about the system. So the day quant thinks sell. The day quant says take a profit. Doesn't say short it. Just says take a profit. It has to be in a sell, like when it was over in here. And then what happens is that then when you get red dots and below the line, then you can short it. And that's I don't think it was even a sell there. It might have been in a weekly buy. I know that when you look back on the spreadsheet, we were like 11, 12 weeks in a weekly buy until recently, and then we went into a weekly sell for a week, and then right back into a weekly buy again. Yeah, take a profit. That's it. And so the answer to that all the time is that you must follow the weeklies with the dailies when you're trying to trade overnight. It's one thing to flip around the thing during the trading day, but and then obviously you would have to use something like this at the same time. Let's see, go to there or there, go to there, and this is like an intraday trading system, right there. You see, this is the S&P 500. You see a bunch of red dots, and this is the Nasdaq or the Tech 100 on Dukascopy. And this is just looking at it on a general scale, and then this is a bigger. This is 3 times this one in the corner here, and it still hasn't broken down except for here. It's still showing, and there's no dot. If it goes into a red dot here, maybe it'll sell this back down again. That's how that works there. So let's see. Where are you at? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, now let's take a look at now let's save this too, just for the sake of fun, in case you ask for it again or someone else asks for it again on the 30-year. And then let's go take a look at the euro now. I just want to see where the currencies are. Okay, so the currencies are taking off with it. So they're selling dollars, they're buying dollars at the same time through metals, and selling physical dollars, right? I think that's how it's going. So let's drift over to the euro real quick, and then after that, anybody wants to see anything, and that means you too, Daniel. It's cheaper by the dozen. You can ask to see anything you like. If you're going to be the only person asking, then you will receive. No line for you. You just ask and boom, because no one else is in line to ask. Let's see. There is the euro, and there's the euro here, and you can see they're almost 116. And again, 54 if you're listening. If you're listening. Sell puts against your synthetic long, your synthetic short. You have a synthetic short on. Every day I give 54 a warning. for about, what is it now? About 2 weeks I've been warning you since the 12.5, 13 quarter area. You know, sell the puts against your long put. You can sell some calls against your long calls or just do nothing. Take your choice. But that's the game there. Let's see. Strongest currencies: AUD, NZD, Euro, and weakest GBP and JPY. Okay, let's look into that. Why do you think the AUD and the NZD and the Euro are the strongest? Let's look at them individually. Okay. Okay, so there's the Euro. We saw that. This thing is making a move. How high? Let's see. How high is that? It's going after this. It's taking out this high now. So we're starting to make higher highs with higher lows. Okay, higher highs with higher lows. Okay, yeah. All right, now. Let's see. What's the next one? All right. Let's look at, was it AUD you said, right? So let's look at AUD. Dollar AUD. AUD dollar. Oh, something like that. There it is right there. AUD 71.76. And you can see also at the same time on the fact check sheet. All of them. Look at AUD. Yeah, 14 weeks in a buy. The Euro is 9 weeks in a buy. Yep, and the cable's only 1 week in a buy. So you're right there. Look at that. Those three. Okay, and Euro GBP was 10 weeks. I don't know if it's surviving. What other one was there? Strongest. Let's see. So and then NZD. Let's see where NZD is. I think that's like 8, isn't it? There it is, right there. No, 9. So that's 9 weeks in a buy right there. NZD. That's it right there. Okay, let's take a look at that. NZD. NZD. Right there. All right, I'm looking at NASCAD. 8 weeks for NAS dollar. All right, now weakest is the GBP. Well, GBP just went into a buy, as I just pointed out, and I think the yen is still in a weekly sell, right? Which usually follows the dollar, which makes sense. Yeah, 5 weeks in a sell there. Yeah. So the fact check sheet confirms everything you're saying, or you're confirming the fact check sheet, or the fact check sheet is confirming you, or you're confirming the fact check sheet. Take your choice. You can have any one of those. From FNVIZ source on Forex Screener. Ah, okay. How's my spreadsheet, my work match up to FinViz? Which ones? Are we both on schedule? What's going on there? How's that, Daniel? How's that look? Oh, and let's go over and look at Mr. and Mrs. Yen. And all the yens are off the shore. 107.05. Doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, does it? Just on a slow burn down. And let's see what it looks like here. Where's the oh, there's the weekly sell there. Yeah, so it's not exactly the most exciting trade, is it? Everything is similar. Cool. Doc always wants to do algo wars, challenge other technicians. So it's always nice when you tell me that you're matching it up to something else. Because I used to get on when I first started doing the webinar, I used to call it algo wars, and wanted other technicians to challenge me, but that didn't seem to happen. Are they as friendly as I am? In other words, in the sense of it's easy to read. A couple of rules tells it all. Just took a sip of water and went the wrong way. No virus, no virus. So there's the Yensky. It's just going really nowhere. Oh, everything is similar. Okay, I'm waiting for his response. Let's go take a look at. He's probably looking at it right now, and let's look at cable. Let's see how Mr. and Mrs. Cable are looking. Where are you, Cable? There you are. 127.20 on J4X. And there's us. Okay. All right, so it still hasn't taken out this high yet. Yesterday got very close. And this baby that line is running hot, steady, and straight. We got 3 good bars green. And up here you can see we have 4 green dots going. We're rocking and a rolling and a reeling. And then we went to the weekly buy again. We were in a weekly buy here. It was really a weird one. You know, went up from here, and then it almost came back, visited it, then gave us the sell here, and then got back into the buy there. And now it's a rocking and a rolling and a reeling on the upside again. So they're all smelling the strength. What else do we got brewing here? I saw an article again. I saw the 4-night adventure in Brussels where they were trying to figure out how to spend $2 trillion to pump up the economy. And I'm not sure, are they doing what Draghi used to do? He talked about these big numbers, what we're going to do. The media loves you, so they get on there and they just beat that drum like it's no tomorrow. And then what happens is that and then what happens is that they automatically start to act like it's the most brilliant move ever and it's going to save the world. Whereas in the United States, Mr. Trump cuts enormous regulations and it's going to destroy the world and it's going to destroy the United States. That's the first headline, the first 2 minutes after he signs anything. It's like they don't even have to write that. They just put it up there over and over again. So, right now they're just excited about the idea that Brussels is going to spend $2 trillion. And I saw where, a couple of writings were like, I don't know if there's any clarity to that at all, but oh well, we'll see. It was that type of thing. So, it's just the strange thing, with the wild media that doesn't make any sense anymore. It can't even report real information, which is really disappointing, obviously. Boom, 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 ba-doop, boop. All right. Now, where do we go from here, traders? We've taken a quick look at some of these products that Daniel put up there, and yes, they are leading the charge. That's for sure. Does that FinVix have a fact check spreadsheet? Do they give you a running total all the time of their longs and shorts? Longs, sells, profits, buys, so forth, so on. Now see, you got my curiosity up. All right, now let's go over to gold. See what gold is doing. It's joining the party. It's my party, and I'll do what I want to. And you can see there, it's been in a buy for a little while there. And then let's go see what XAU over here on J4X looks like. Are we there yet? There we go. And there it is right there. Trading at 1855. And what is the futures trading at? 1855. Okay, so there is no carry whatsoever at this point. That's the way it should be. It probably should be discounted, actually. That's cool. It's trading 0 on the carry trade. Dana, what do you say about long shorts? I think you can find it on CFTC. No. Long, like, does FinViz follow the long, like how long have they been bullish on something, or how long they've been bearish on something, or how long they've been neutral on something? Do they report that like I do with my fact, like my my Excel? No, don't upload. Stop that. My Excel spreadsheet here, where it has the fact check Excel sheet following all the signals all the time. Does it do anything like that? I don't trust the CFTC to get the right day, let alone being able to tell you about being longs and shorts. And if they tell you something about longs and shorts, there's a good chance they're doing it for insider trading for themselves. They're a bunch of bozos. There we go there. Let's see now. That is about that. Okay. And so you can see what happened there. There's that. Oh, now what is that doing? How did we lose that thing? Did we lose that? Let's see. There it is. Oh, I must be opening something at the same time. There we go. Must be a Microsoft thing. All right, so that is where we're at with the gold. The gold is showing some real life as usual. Not any surprise to us, of course. Let's see. You can see J4X dancing with the gang, doing fine. You can see our Hinky Ashi keeping you in the track with our green dots almost perfectly. Not totally perfect. You can see there's 3 reds, and this one was still green, of course. But it's close enough, traders. If you don't have docs work, at least you have that. No, they just give the percentage automatically based on how the trading pairs trade compared to each other. I don't even trust that. If it comes from the CFTC, I don't think they know what day it is on a given week. I have no confidence in them at all. 0 on the confidence level. They wouldn't know a buy signal from a sell signal. They wouldn't know open interest from a large number. They are incompetent and going nowhere. They're vessels of the exchanges. The exchanges control that. At least the SEC is a fear of God on some level. As much as they won't do their job either. But the SEC at least puts some fear of God into the exchanges and the traders. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. So there's gold. That is gold. All right. Now let's drift over to what's the next toy we play with. We did the oils. I want to see what copper's doing. Remember copper yesterday? Didn't you ask copper yesterday? Someone asked for copper, and that was impressive. It was almost $3. Still hanging in that 299 or 290s area. That's pretty cool. Look at that. The white line is starting to really lift up. The slow stoke and the rate of change is having its issues at the moment, but it still shows some life in it. Let's go over to our work and see what that looks like on the copper. Right there. And so it is right there. It's dropping down a little bit today. See that right there? It's dropping down where we put the box there. And they did get it up half decently. And it's still in a buy for the last couple of days. It's been in a weekly buy for a while. The buyers are there. You know, I mean, metals are. I don't know. You know, is there an explanation to any of this stuff? I don't think there really is. But you know, let's see. That was about the Finex. Ah, okay. Because I don't want to talk about the other clowns. Okay, so FinViz does put something up there. Good. Okay. Let's see. Let's do Turkish. I saw something. These geopolitical stories don't have any effect on that currency at all anymore. Let's go to Turkish Lira and the dollar. I saw yesterday where the Egyptian parliament approved troops to support the opposition of Turkey in Libya. Should I try that again in a slower way? So Egyptian parliament voted yes to put troops in Libya to fight to support the Libyans who are fighting Turkey in Libya, or proxy fighters in Libya. Either, however you put it, Egypt against Turkey. How's that? There you go. It's like a football match. Now you can see here. It's rolling over a little bit. We're getting some selling going on there. And didn't we go? I think we went into a daily sell. Let's just go to the fact check sheet real quick. Yeah, right there. So we're in a daily sell. We're probably piercing the weekly. Let's just take a look at that. It's close. It's very close. It's still plus by the hair of its chinny chin, but it's hanging tight. And now, what is going on with that? Wait a minute. That's plus. Actually, look at it. It bounced, and we're going into the plus. Now, what is going on over here? Okay, so we got a lot of green going on ours. This is where it deviates a little bit with the hinky ashy, and we're trading at the same price though. What's that? 86.85, 12 bid for, offered at 22, and you can see 12 bid at 24 at the moment. 23 is offered up here, 24 is offered there, 12's bid here, and we're what are we? Where's the bid again? So their bid is a little bit higher than this bid, and their offer is basically the same, or just a half a pip difference. Not much really. So, and that's where they're at there. So this is rolling over, but look at the bounce it's trying to do. It's prepping, and you can see ours. Let's widen ours out. It's already turned. You see that right there. And we're in those weekly buys still, so you can't take it too serious. And you can see this thing's trying to move up. Let's see if we can widen this puppy out. There we go. Yeah, see it gapped down and is going up. And that's what this is showing us. The gap down. That's what it's doing. And we never got any reds out of it, though. We'll see. It closed in a sell yesterday with no dot. And it's already trying to climb back into a buy. This thing is tenacious on so many levels. Tenacious on so many levels. Let's see. Let's see. Copper dumped today. Yeah. Any chance for a... Oh, sure. Let's take a look at the Mexican peso. I find it interesting. I think I talked about this last time someone like you or 54 or someone asked for peso. I kind of find the peso to be relatively firm, sideways. I don't find it. I mean, there's some wild. There was a good move in it, but look at that. It's pretty firm, I mean, it had this nice little sell-off. We went into the sell here, and you can see right there. Oh, you can't see. There you go. You can see right here. We went into the sell, I guess, right up in here. And the close of this right there, I guess it is. And that week, this week here, and then it closed there. Maybe that one right there out of those 5 days. Confirmed it. And then you had a nice little break from it. And we were in a daily sell anyway. From here, we went into the daily sell there. Let's see if we do this. So we were in the sell there. Went into the buy here for a little bit. And then back in the saddle again. Me and my cowboy movies. Whoa, not that. I'd rather be dead than red. And then back into the buy again. And then into the sell again. And then into the buy again. And then the sell here and the buy there, and I guess over the last couple of days, it's not exactly the most consistent thing, It's kind of zipping and zapping. It's in a weekly buy. Did it make it into the sell there? Not there. Are we there yet? But this week, is it playing with it? Yes, this week it's playing with it. See that? Let's see if we can make this wider. Back in. Oh God! Now you got cowboy movies in my head again. I was watching Wyatt Earp from the first season. Oh, me and the cowboy movies. I think it's because I wear a bandana now because of the virus. So who thought John Wayne would come back into vogue, All they need to do is carry a rifle around now. Any chances for there? So there it is. There's the Mexican peso, but it's not really going any particular place. It's pretty chill, and it is threatening the weekly sell though, right there. And then let's look at it on J4X. Now I got cowboy songs in my head. My God, how did I do that? See, it's sideways. There's not a lot of conviction here at all. Not a lot of conviction, traders. Just kind of stumbling along. Happy trails to you. No, it's not over with yet. And I gotta get these cowboy songs out of my head. Maybe I should play a Lady Gaga song or something. That'll straighten me out for a few seconds. I just cannot get these cowboy songs out of my head now. So anyway, that's where we are with the... I guess it's because we're in the Southwest, or we're in Mexico. So that is where we're at with this. The Mexican peso is sideways, really. Now, like I said, it's kind of chill in the sense that it has been in a buy since here. It's not going anywhere. 23s, and then back down to 22s. I mean, in some ways, it's, I don't know, all these things. What is it? Maybe I got another. Want to hear another crazy idea? Here's another crazy idea. Maybe the central banks and the Federal Reserve, whoever trades these secondary pairs trades, like the dollar Turkish Lira and the dollar Mexican peso and so forth. Maybe they're on vacation, and so nobody's trading them right now. And so it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like the little dog is nipping on him behind the curtain, and he's trying to fake it. Maybe that's all it really is. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see how it comes out of this. Let's see. Daniel says, what does the Stokes say about the dollar Mexican peso? Well, let's take a look and see. Let's see how we look at that. Down here, the white line is telling us it wants to break down again. The slow is moving down, and that rate of change is trying to turn up. Our work. Let's see. How do we? Let's make this bigger, but it's not really a stochastic, but it's a standard deviation, which looks like a stochastic. See, that's the whole thing. It's a combination on ours. We're taking standard deviations, which is a stochastic on some part, like the K, versus the D. But you can see there, it's based off something else altogether. So you can see here, it's just going sideways, nothing major. It's all relative too. Remember, mine works on an Einsteinian level. So let's make this thickerish. And let's look at it the way it's treating the time manifold. See, there's the time manifold. That's where you really pay attention to it. See when it breaks through it and you're in a buy. Until it breaks down below, it's telling you that the weakness, it tops out, I guess, right there. And then it tries, the next day it tries to leap up, but our work already has rolled over. See right there. And then this is, by the time this thing goes down, this thing's already pushed itself through the minus side with the black histogram at the same time. So our work like that. There's the spike. And then the next day, this spike up here, rolls it over. And you can see it's heading south. But it doesn't really, go so far down. It gets past the distance between the time manifold and the lowest point, or the time manifold and the highest point. That's what we're really looking at here. Like here, there's the time manifold. That's a nonlinear time manifold I developed, and so then that's the peak. And then when it pierces it, it's telling us that there's problems. And now, obviously, when it goes minus below the zero line at the same time with the white and the histogram, there's a lot more problems. But this is already telling us, just like this one here, and it's the distance between the time manifold. See, notice it starts to turn down, but doesn't pierce the time manifold. And then what does it do? It starts to lift again here, and it goes and makes its peak up in here. So as much as it's going down, only when it breaks the time manifold itself. See that? I don't think we've ever had the conversation. I'm going to have a webinar this afternoon, and we're going to talk about those things. So, that's something we do, and I talk about it here when someone asks But I'm flying around doing so many things here that I sometimes think that I've given that explanation before in Dukascopy, and I've published it for Dukascopy and so forth, but I'm not really sure if anybody really goes back and looks at it. So dollar, what is that? Dollar, what is it? The rand, right? So dollar rand looks more bearish than Mexican peso. Yeah, it's in many ways, like I said, it seems like everybody's going on vacay. So let's take a look at the dollar rand. Okay, right there. Now that's really moving down a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, nothing really super, but yeah, it's definitely moving down. And then, which is a bullish thing, right? And so then, do we have it here? Are we there yet? Let's see. Where should we put it? Oop, I heard you. Okay. Let's go like this. We'll save this. Copy this. And let's put it in there. Paste. And then what we'll do is we will put that in there. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Am I still there voice-wise? Yes. Format. USD. There it is right there. USD. Now look at the lines. Now these lines are left over from the peso. Right? So go look at it. Did that well, didn't it? Now the buy never came in yet. We still haven't done a buy. Put this puppy back here somewhere like that. So this is still in a sell. So this has been in a sell since here. This is why I like doing answering questions. I really get a chance to show off my work. Here we didn't even have this thing. It's like asking a person in the audience to pick a card, And then what happens is that and then you can see it there. Now there is that. That's not right. So there goes its sell, right there. And then no buy there. But isn't that funny? Just a day away there. It goes into a buy there. No soup for you. Let's see if we can clean this up more. And then no buy there either. Buy there, buy there. And then sell there again. And that's where we are. That's pretty much the name of the game. That's up to date now. See that? So yeah, that's why I like answering questions. It is like asking the audience to pick a card. Or give me a number. Or, something, I mean, that's exactly why I love it. Here I go and look at something I don't even have a chart for. And here we are able to set it up, throw it up there, just load it in. And you think that I actually would keep up to date like 50 different charts, every morning just working on them just to do the webinar? No, trust me, not. You can't barely get me to put numbers into the spreadsheet anymore besides the actual trends. So, I mean, really, that is why we love doing it this way. Don't I get applause? I need some applause. I'm tired of hurting my elbow, patting myself on the back. So there it is with the rand. Yeah, I can see that weakness. And what is that? 2, 4. Let's count it again. 2, 4, 6, 8. Going on a 10th week. Yeah. Nice. 9 full weeks in a sell. And from the, what is that area? The 18 and change area? Somewhere's in here, it went into the weekly sell. What is that, like 18 and change? And it's traded as low as 16, the low 16s. 2 full handles. That's so cool. All right. Anybody else? Remember, it's cheaper by the dozen. See, ask Daniel. I think he's only had like 6 or 7 questions. He gets 5 or 6 more. Good, Daniel. You got about 9 minutes. You got 5 more questions easily. It's cheaper by the dozen. And if no one cares after your first dozen, we'll give you a second dozen. Yeah. So, where are you, 54? You hiding out there? Come on, 54. Stop hiding. Is Canada on strike? Yeah, my son says the same thing. One of my sons says the same thing all the time. I have a nickname for him. I call him Gauss, like the mathematician. Friedrich Karl Gauss. And he did that same thing mathematically when he was like 8 or 9, 10 years old, something like that, in school, where they said 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Can you give us the answer in under a minute? And he gave it to them, but he came up with a different formula. He did it as in a different way than Gauss did it. And so he says that to me. Where my other son thinks that I'm just enamored by a bunch of crazy ideas. Don't ask me why, since when he uses the system, he trades it really well. So I don't know why he says that. But the one son, the Gauss one, he says to me, your math is going to live forever. It's like, yeah, as long as forever is forever. So, oh, claps. I like that. Thank you. Bravo. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's the Doc fan club. I love it. Hooray. Yes. So, all right. Let's see. Too bad there's not a yen. I would love to see a yen. Not a yen. A won. Too bad we don't have a dollar Chinese yuan that trades in the marketplace. They just have some type of fixed thing. They have like the Hong Kong dollar. It's fixed. I guess it's fixed against the dollar. That's why they have almost $1 trillion in treasury bonds. It's like their guarantee. That's why they've got to go in and buy more treasury bonds every so often to protect it. Yeah, but I'll try putting it in, but it's not exactly the best. I mean, it does. It's just fixed. It's like looking at the Hong Kong dollar. It's not the most fun thing. USD. So we have to add it. Cash. USD. Look up. There it is there. All right. USD. I mean, it's a sloppy thing. Let's widen that thing. Wow thing. Oh, it matches up to the well, I guess not. Well, there's that buy. There's that sell. There's we don't have to steal that one. Then we can go like this. There's that buy right there. And then there, a sell. And then a buy right there. I think it's even a day before. Is it there? It's the next day. And then there's a sell right there. There's the buy. And then there's the sell. And then there's the buy. And then there's the sell. And it doesn't get into a buy at all. Again, until where? Today? Today. No. That one right there, right? Yeah. There's the buy. And then back into a sell. And then today is fighting to go into a buy. It was right there. So that's that. Now let's go take a look at the weekly. Let's see. Now let's go down to the weekly. So the sell is right there. The buy is right there. Sell is right there. Buy is right there. And a sell right there. And a buy. There we go. And that sets that one up. Okay. So, it's a noisy little thing, isn't it? I mean, it really is not something to trade. So, I mean, less than 1% of the world trades the Chinese yuan. You know, so that's obviously not exactly a trading product. Hell, about 20% of the world, if not more, trades the euro. Maybe 30% of the world. Maybe 40% of the world. Who knows? It's a big number. I know that much. And then there's the sell again. Somewhere's in that week there. Went into the sell. But you're only looking at 7. Where is that? The high is 713. And it goes down to what? 705. Is that 6 pips? What is that? I mean, that's nothing, right? I mean, it doesn't really trade much. Okay, and the weekly buy is here. Almost there. Look at that. Almost made it into it there. And then the sell, oh, it was late right there. The daily got us into the sell here, so you couldn't be long, and it just rolled over. We're not really talking about a lot of action there, though. And it gets into the daily buy here for that whole move up. Grab that. Right there. Nope, not there the next day. Right there. Just as that was the sell right there on the yuan. How do you like that one, Daniel? Is that cool or what? Okay. All right, that was fun. I appreciate that. All right. Alrighty. All right. Now, what else we got going? I guess it's time to go, isn't it? That's what it is. Save workspace. We got to have a title today. What do we call it? The Doc and Daniel Day. Happy to Hump Day? What should we? I guess we have to have a real title. I thought that was a pretty good one. All right. So, how about silver, silver, silver? That was, I forget what yesterday's was, but it was something close to it, right? Didn't I say gold, silver, and something? Oh, my. I think that was yesterday's. All right. Let's see. All right, title. That's what we're going to call it. Silver Silver. Oh my. All right. Okay, this is Doc from North America. We will catch you all tomorrow on Thursday. So, here we go. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all my trading friends. And as we